Listen up, Shakers. Here at the Handshakin Video Series, we're all about creating strong and supportive communities for entrepreneurs. A rising tide lifts all boats, so let's all win here. Here's the best advice for free. So let's move on to feedback. So back when you and Tanya were first talking, you said you guys were talking about the idea until it started happening.
Yeah.
And surely you needed feedback from people other than yourselves, other than just bouncing an idea back and forth. What did that process look like for you?
It was painful. It was painful at the beginning, but then you're able to understand that the people that tell you this looks great, it doesn't add any value. What it's the best is the people that tell you this sucks because of A, B, C, and D. And ultimately, that's what is going to make you better, right? I mean, I've had some really tough feedback. I mean, and feedback that didn't even make sense. I remember I was at a pitching event when we were raising our first round, our first seed round, and this was, I think it was in Philly, and I had there a panel of judges when I was pitching my idea, what now is Onevest.
Yeah. And
one of them said, I did really like your presentation, but I think you need to pronounce the word entrepreneur much better. And I said to him, thank you so much. I would love for you to actually hear you one day give the same presentation but in Spanish. We all started laughing, and he ended up becoming an investor. So,
okay.
Yeah, so it's just taking it, implementing it, and kind of like update the investor on how you're applying the corrections, because ultimately that's the way you're going to be turning around potential people that might want to give you a check. And I think that for the people that are going to be watching us, I would like to tell them that when an investor gives you a check, it means that they have been able to connect the dots of the story. When you go to an investor for the first time, they need to first listen to your story, where you're coming from and where you're heading. Mm-hmm. And those promises that you're making, eventually they're going to see how you are executing. And when they see that all the lines have been connected and that story, when you hit that point that you promised that you were going to hit, and you're slowly able to show these updates, you're going to get that check.
Yeah.
So it's just don't take a no for an answer. It's just, it comes with feedback, and that's great, but just keep it moving and keep updating the investor.